All right. So hopefully you've heard this already at this point, but really there's three things that you and your student should do every single morning when you're signing on for the first time. And that is, in no particular order, sign into Clever, check your email, get to your learning platform, be it Seesaw or Google Classroom, to see what you have to do for the day. Now, it probably would make sense to check your email and sign into Clever first because you're probably spending the rest of your time at your Google Classroom or Seesaw. But other than that, it's really just making sure those three things are accomplished. So you're good to go, no matter what the day might hold as far as classwork meetings, synchronous sessions, all that learning fun. So what we're going to do in this video then is show you how to get into Clever. Now, if you're on a Chromebook, there should or might be a Clever sign-in over here. I don't have that on my computer because I'm not a student, but it'll be a blue and white box with big letter C in the middle. Or you could also see it, you might have a bookmark over on this side that says curriculum resources. Clever would be here. If you're on an iPad, it'll just have the Clever app, same thing. If you don't have any of that, what I would do is navigate on over to the kcpublicschools.org homepage. There is not a link on this page, but what you're going to do is steal that kcpublicschools.org address, make your cursor go up there, type the slash button, the word clever, so kcpublicschools.org/clever. That takes you to our Clever sign-on page. If you don't know what Clever is or have not used Clever previously, all it is our single sign-on system. So we have a lot of different resources in the district, just like you might have a lot of different resources as a parent, different usernames for different websites, whatever. So in order to make it to where the kids don't have to remember every different username for every different resource we have, as well as every different password, we have one place to sign in, Clever, that takes you to most of our apps. Not all of our apps are in Clever. Envision 2.0, our math resource for most of our students in the elementary school, not through Clever, but most you'll find through Clever. And what's nice about Clever is it does tell you your username in case you forget, or at least the username format, which is your student username, so no ads, anything, just the username. So then right now, in that case, I've done this before, so it actually remembers first name, first initial of the last name, last four of the student ID, and password is that same 8-digit birthday. So all numbers, no slashes or anything, just numbers. Get you in, and then you should see a screen that looks like this. Now this will be different depending on grade level because different grade levels obviously have different resources they use. You also might have resources that the teacher of that student put into their grade. So you see here, my student Adeline, since she is at Holiday Montessori and she is in Children's House, she might have access to different resources than a fifth grader that might have a different teacher. Teachers can put their own in here, and it also from the district level varies by grade level as well. You see, here's how she would get to Newsela. Here's how she get to iReady. Here's how she get to Discovery Ed if she did Discovery Ed as a preschooler. All her different resources. This is also how students will get to Seesaw. So instead of going directly to Seesaw like they go to Google Classroom, they'll go to Clever first to get to Seesaw. I really recommend one of the first things you do is, as a parent, you sit down with your student when they get ready to start doing all their schooling, get into Clever and really see for your specific student how maybe their teacher has their Clever account set up and what they, as a grade level, what they have access to as resources for their Clever accounts. Like I said, it does vary. You might even have two students at the same building. Their Clevers will look different based on different grade levels and have different teachers. But just to give you an example of how this works, so if I was to click on iReady, Clever actually signs in for me, then takes me over to iReady. Same thing if I was going to go to Learning A to Z, same concept. Clever signs me in. I'm already signed in Clever, and then takes me to Learning A to Z. So really, Clever is that first spot you go to because it makes it just so much easier to get to those other resources. And a lot of these resources you cannot get to any other way. Your teacher should be pretty explicit about that when they build assignments in Seesaw and Google Classroom. They'll link you to Clever, not going to those websites directly. But that is how to utilize Clever.